Everything you can imagine is real. Picasso, 1881. He was born in 1881, 5 years younger than my grandfather. He was born 1876, father of my mother. Details. I was in school in the 13th grade, and the theater in Oberhausen, they had a competition, and I took part of it as a guitarist and a singer. So it was 8 bands. I was a one-man band, and everyone got half an hour for his performance, and I won. I was the star of the night. And I was in the newspapers in Oberhausen, got some new gigs. And someone from the cultural ministry called me up and said, hey, I got one of the famous Dubliners in town. He has his own pub and he's looking for new talent. Wow. So I went, of course. I got a gig. I played my stuff, and I got 400 Deutschmarks for it, which was in 1983 was big money. But even better, he was looking for a partner to create a duo to travel all over Europe, all over the world as a new band with him. And wow, that was great, a big offer. Of course, I was at school. So I talked to my parents, and they were all artists. So they said, okay, fine, quit school and do this. This is a big chance. 2-year contract, 2 record labels, and total for me, my end was 1.5 million Deutschmarks. I was 19 years old. So for me, all I wanted is a Porsche 911 and a house for my parents. So in December, and we studied for 3 months every day almost to get the Irish folk songs. And I went to his pub just before we were supposed to travel to London, and he was gone. So, okay, so maybe he already went. So I just went to London to figure this out. Make a long story short, it was all a big, gigantic lie. So, but except for the fact that the 1.5 million, that number was confirmed, yeah? That's supposed, yeah? So, but after that, nothing was the same. I came back home, didn't go out for a week, didn't tell anybody I'm back because I was in Hollywood. So, anyway, so after that experience, I became a taxi driver. That was my first job where I was employed in my life. And I met some new people. Another friend of mine, after the taxi tour, he told me, okay, you can work with me. I need a partner in my computer company. I didn't know much about computers, but I could do whatever he told me to do. So we joined. And after that, his father, who was a professor in the States, worked for Commodore, and he told me, hey, Commodore share stock. First time they got black numbers after years of red numbers. So that made sense to me. So that stock should go up, should rise. So I went to the Sparkasse and bought Commodore shares, and they went up 30% in 2 months. I was, wow, this is cool. So I can do this for many others too. And I bought, and most of the stocks I bought, they went up. So at some point, I thought, hey, this is going to be what I do for the rest of my life. And make a long story short, again, I went to Chicago in 1990 and stayed. So I became a commodity broker / futures and options analyst. I did this for 15 years in Chicago and in New York. In 1997, for the German customers, I passed the trader exam at the Frankfurt Exchange. And I was traveling back and forth every month for about 15 years, going home, coming home, going home, coming home. When I was in Europe, I saw customers, and of course I acquired as much as I could, and that was basically the time in the USA. Point here is the minor detail is, again, there's unlimited income potential, but also unlimited risk, which is just the way it is. So you pay for your mistakes, and there's no way out. Everything is on tape, every order, every transaction. And if you make a mistake, you pay personally. So after coming back from Chicago, New York in 2006, I became an English teacher, trainer, coach. Actually, before that, I had one more year in a Frankfurt bank that was owned by a British bank. But after a year of that, that was the second time I was employed in my life, 6 months. I had to be employed. And that was not for me. So I quit and became a full-time English trainer coach. Full-time means it started slowly, and I got more and more and more clients and customers. So that, in the meantime, I was developing an interest of personal development. So I became an NLP practitioner, master practitioner in London, life coach. And that was another big step. Thank you very much.